So that's where it sits, and it hasn't moved. I've got to order some parts for it, and I think it is an axle that may be broken, but I'm going to order some new brakes and a set of axles and replace them, see what it does. So whilst these continue to bake, I have done some ordering, and have got my axles, new brake rotors, which I just got some basic standard generic rotors in, as well as ordered a new badge for the back of the car, because I noticed that mine doesn't have one. So it's my first time seeing it. Cool. So that will go on the boot. We'll do that once we give it a clean and polish it off, but proper 3M backing paper. Pretty happy with that, but we will get the rest of this unboxed and out, and then get it in the car. Straight out of the packet, these look really good. So they have 20,000k or 1 year warranty. Boxed really well, bagged, oiled, so I need to make sure I wipe them. I can't be too upset about that, for the price I paid for them as well. They came really quick, and the box is actually quite nice. So now let's get these axles out. So I've done brakes before, so it's not really anything new to me. But I've never done axles before, so I don't really know what to expect here. But again, I just went with what I needed to kind of get me out of trouble, knowing that eventually I'll probably need to upgrade, or it may not fix it. And on the off chance that it doesn't fix it, I would at least like to know that it's not going to be too much money wasted in getting it. But these look quite good. They're quite bulky, quite thick, so now it is kind of tempting to just put the new ones on and run the car while it's still in the air, just to see if the brakes were the problem. But we're fairly confident that that axle is a V6 axle, just purely because of those two grooves there. It's a completely different thickness to the other side, and I won't be able to do it now, but I'll insert the clip of when it's rolling. It sounds like it has a sand grinding into it a little bit. So 8mm Allen key bolt, and leave it in gear and hope that you don't need someone else to help you to put your foot on the brake. So hope your handbrake is good and your transmission is strong. Normally put it in park, which should be sufficient, but manual life. I was talking to a friend about these axles because they won't go in, and apparently it is because they have a small bit of thread on them and it stops the bolt from going the whole way through. So his recommendation which is a bit terrifying. He's getting a drill bit and running a drill bit through it. So what he said was that your bolt, it should just be able to go straight through all the way, which at the moment we're just binding up right at the end, which, considering once this is in your diff, your bolt threads onto here, onto your diff obviously, but I'm going in the other way because it's the easiest way to do it, and that it doesn't go far enough to allow any further out. So let's run the drill through it and hope that we don't ruin these axles. Just running it through in reverse and then going to run it through forward. Alright, let's just do one hole. Oh, it's butter. Okay. I guess I feel a lot more comfortable doing that now. So I'll check to make sure that there's no metal shavings or anything on that, and butter compared to, that's as far as that goes. So small, insignificant, but goes all the way through. Like 5 more to go. The car is back on all 4 wheels. And it's getting late in the day, it's 20 past 6, so unfortunately for me, I've got to wait till tomorrow morning. Fortunately for you guys, 30 seconds until you get to see this thing on the ground and driving down the road, and hopefully not making any more noise or any more vibrations. But I guess we'll wait and see till morning. Do this. Still there. Feels a lot better, but it's still there. Definitely. like a water noise. It's really hard to explain. That is quite annoying. Like it's a very repetitive. I told myself I wouldn't do this, but I found a diff on Marketplace. I've spoken to some people. A lot of people seem to think it is the diff that is the problem, just from that last clip. I sent it out to a couple of friends and they're all like, nah man, that sounds like your diff. So we're just going to go replace the diff. Found one pretty cheap off Marketplace, which is apparently reconditioned and has an LSD as well, which is the same as what I've got. So we'll take that, put it in this week. If it fixes the problem, perfect, I'm happy. If it doesn't fix it, I'm getting it cheap enough, I should be able to resell it. So that's the plan. We've got an hour drive now, and I'll get back to you when I have it. Alright, so hour has gone past. New diff picked up. It's filthy, it's dirty, it's not the nicest looking thing, but you know what? It's an LSD diff. Didn't have any real play or anything, so now the drive home, and eventually at some point this week we're gonna put it back into the car. So these are coming off of the diff I took out. So this is meant to be normally a full plug, but they're just horribly brittle. They don't necessarily hold, obviously, with a lot of age. But that's the easy part. So compared to the ones on my old diff, this is what they are currently meant to look like. So put the plugs inside there, and then they get bolted in to a plug further up top, but that plug for me has completely disintegrated and has gone. So these need to come out. I need to cut this and put another plug in its place, which I'm not necessarily looking forward to, but got to try and figure out how they work and what the best way to do it is. But that's what's on the agenda now. It's pretty much the only thing holding me back. So it's been a while in between updates, I'm not going to lie. I haven't been able to get out as much as I would like to do some work on the car, but the new diff is in, kind of. So they basically fell apart in my hand. So alternative option is to use a Deutsch plug, which I've never used before. So I get the fun now of the terrifying part of cutting apart the components on my car, and I guess trying to put these in to make it work, which is horrifying. I got no idea what I'm doing, how to do it, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so second-hand diff is in and installed. I've just pushed out the driveway and nothing left to it but to do it, and we'll just see what happens. Still feels like there's a little vibration there, but it's definitely not as bad as what it was. I'm fairly confident we're done with this part. I would say that it is just normal driveline vibration that is left. So Now it is a case of doing all the other small things. I've got to change out the little dash surround, change out the rear demister button because it's a bit sticky, potentially change out the indicator stalk, and then go get a roadworthy check and find out what it actually needs for a roadworthy. And then we can drive it properly.